Hi there. I was wandering here in Denmark. Not sleepless in Seattle, but wandering. I was wandering in Denmark. I was wondering here in Denmark. I was wondering if any of you know this song called Washington Square. I think it was called. And then the band you come in going ba-dum, bang, ba-dum, bang, bang, ba-dum, bang, ba-ba-dip, bing, bang, 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 ga-dum. And I found it because, you know, there is, I found it because I was searching for greatest hits of 1960, I believe it was 67. And there it is, along with that. There's a video with hundreds of, or 60 maybe, 100, and maybe some songs from, you know, going on from there, back there. But this is very interesting for a musician as one of myself and my kind, being already 60 years old. And then to be listening to this music from way back when people were speaking like this, you know, man. Hey, man, come on, man. You're speaking like this, you know, man. Hey, man, you know, man, rapping to the fuzz today. I was digging out this, oh, man, this fucking. They didn't say, they didn't say fucking back then because they weren't cooking there. In England, they got somebody called Cockney people. That's a Cockney. No, that's Scottish. Anyway, I like all kinds of dialect. You know, it's called material dialectism. Material dialect dismissal. There it is. It was written by somebody who got some marks in some way. I don't know where he got those marks, but anyway, he wrote about some called, you know, maternal disliberantism. Dismissalism, which was very clever of him, because then his swoger, that's a Danish word, his brother-in-law, his or maybe it was his son-in-law, he wrote a dafferent manuscript, not this maternal dismissalism, but you know, something else called, it was called the right to be lazy. And that, my friends, that is wisdom, if everything any else. See, coffee without this tastes like coffee. Sorry, one moment. Yeah, let's have a look. Oh yeah, that's my kind of spice, girls. That's my kind of spice, girls. Just a little bit more then. This is my second cup of coffee, or the third perhaps, and you know, more schnapps. It's schnapps. Here you can see this here. I don't mind advertising this product. It's actually excellent. Because Rød Aalborg. It's called Red Aalborg. Aalborg, with 2 ways, and it's good for coffee. If you get some coffee that tastes like shit, you just pour some of that in, and the coffee will taste okay. Plus, because it'll taste better than okay, because it'll taste like any kind of coffee. See, you make a mixture between Rød Aalborg, which is Danish schnapps. Basically it's potatoes that are somehow turned into sugar and then fermented into something as clean as vodka, I believe. And then they put this spice in it that's not cumin, but we call it that. But that's the way of the languages of the world, Wheere means not common in English. In Danish, rare means sweet. In Norway, it means crazy. But it's the same root, like the word travel, which comes from travail, which means work. And in Denmark, we have travlhed, which means we're busy. It's all, the linguistic confusion of the whole world, because we don't really want to understand each other, which is why I can sit here and say just about fucking anything, freaking fucking anything, and you'll get whatever you think you want to hear. If I have a pretty face, you'll think I'm saying something wise or nice, wise or nice. And if I have a funny face, you'll think I'm saying something funny, or whatever you think. Maybe you be the opposite of 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 the opposite. I'm an opposite of the opposite of the opposite of the opposite of the opposite, because I don't want to be opposite. So I do just the opposite of the opposite and the opposite of the opposite. Babbity babba. Anyway, back to the coffee. You can take coffee of any quality and put this schnapps with common. It's coming in there, and then you can, any coffee, good or bad, will taste just as good, which is like good coffee times 2. And I was finding out that because of this schnapps, I'm very, very much communicative, talkative, communicative, speculative, but communicative and talkative. And besides smoking this cigarette, I thought I'd put you on, Like I said, you can say anything, and people have... We are poetry, and we are interpreting each other, which is what it's all about, really. Because I believe in reincarnation, and when we have made mistakes enough, we start interpreting people less with our own wants and wishes for them to be this or that, and then we begin searching for who they really are. Like Kierkegaard described it, when you want to help somebody, you have to find out who and where that person you want to help is, which means, to begin with, at least, maybe forever, you are the pupil in that situation. You are the one who wants to know, who is this person, how can I help him or her. You have to face your own ignorance in that respect and in that connection. Otherwise, you will, as he says, Kierkegaard, Søren Kierkegaard, as he says, you will be in a vision of your own. You'll be deluded. You'll be just, I'm teaching this guy, and the guy is going, yeah, right. So you have to be you need humility. It takes cheerful resignation, heart and humility. That's all it takes. A cheerful person told me. Sometimes the light can be so hard to find. At least the moon at the window, the thieves left that behind. Johnny Mitchell. All kinds of stuff spread out over the rock music world. You can have UKIP music that tells you something right. If you don't know it's that's what it is. You can have Hitler tell you something that's true. You can have people who don't know anything, but they are savantes in one area, I'm beginning to suspect I might be something like that. But, you know, I do believe I have more than one head there, though. This is basically music and speaking like an idiot. In any kind of idiotic language, and I believe all the languages are stupid. But, like I say, you can just go on saying whatever you want to say. If you want proof of this, you can check out somebody called Stuart Lee, not John Stuart Lee or John Stewart or Richard Stewart or what's she called, the Queen, Mary Stuart. No, Stuart Lee, L-E-E, and not like Otto Weedwood, whose name was O-W-T-O-W-E-E-D-W-O-O-D. Otto Weedwood. No, this is Stuart Lee. He's been actually talking for 1 hour about the young. You've seen the young people, you know. You've seen them down at the market. You've seen them with their skateboards, you know, with their rolling around the rails, you know. And the timing of his thing, you know, is 50-something minutes, where he just repeats a little bit of story about young people at the mall, and he's portraying a person again and again. It's like you have this person for breakfast every morning after you watch that show, and everybody's screaming of laughter, you know, and it's very ingenious. So that proves that you can say whatever, and if people believe that you're saying something because of your face or because of the situation, lighting the situation, blah 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 blah, blah, the production, the lack of production, if you are tuned into that, you'll think it's great. So what you have to do in any case is be yourself and just let it go. We're just a cathedral. I wonder if you know this song. Boy, yeah, well, I could say something now about, you know, alcohol, because I've been drinking, you know, this match. No, I don't have any matches. This match, I've been drinking this match and and another. So this you know, this little bit here, it's up to the where the 2 millimeters above the paper, and it was filled about there. So that is in my coffee now, along with the rest of the other bottle. And brain science, or whatever you call that, has found out that, you know, you're better at French if you have ingested, if you have ingested a little bit of alcohol. Where is the camera? If you have ingested a little bit of alcohol, you can better speak French than ever before, no matter what. I actually know this is true, because I had, you know, about 5 or 6 beers one evening. It was it was 1 a.m. Isn't it? Antemeridio. ante meridium, ante, never mind. It was, you know, 1 o'clock in the night, and I was with this friend of mine who, I actually forgot who that was. That was a woman I knew, but I don't remember who that was. But I remember this Algerian friend of hers, and I was talking to, he spoke French because in Algeria, you know, it wasn't the British who were the fascist pigs there, or the Belgians, or the Danes, or anybody, except the French, you know. Algeria, la France a occupé cet pays, hein, c'est une territoire français, hein, une territoire française. Yes, the French language is equally ridiculous. But anyway, so I was speaking to this Algerian guy, and he was, of course, speaking French. He didn't. I don't speak English. I am very, very poor at, oh, how do you say, Anglais, English. I cannot the words pronouncer. Bien, I cannot the words Beyoncé. Je ne fucking poupe pas peau, poupeau, les pupilles, je m'en fous, putain de merde, putain de merde. Anyway, so 1 o'clock in the night, I was speaking to a very friendly and kind Algerian guy who just came to Denmark, or maybe he was traveling, I don't know actually, but what I noticed was, and what I do remember is, I was actually conversating, you know, conversing, what do you call that, speaking, you know, blah, 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 yeah, oui, blah, 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 oh, oui, je comprends, hein? Je comprends. C'est ça que vous, tout se dire, vous se dire, vous se dites, and it was going real well. I mean, it's not like, you know, I remember all the conversations I've ever had in my life. So not remembering what we were talking about is not the point. The point is, I could speak French because I had something to drink, you know, something a little bit more than just water. By the way, you know that in Denmark, 200 years ago, we drank about 3 liters of beer, you know, on average in Denmark. Maybe it was 300 or 400 years ago, because the water was bad and people were sweating because they were working a lot, so they drank 3 liters of liquid at least every day, and that was beer, because they couldn't drink the water, because, you know, something happened before. When the Europeans came to Japan, the Japanese people thought they were smelly, ugly, not very well. The Japanese people are now still one of the healthiest people in the world because of the food and stuff like that, stuff they do. They never had this plague of Europe because they didn't have the total ignorance in relation to hygiene. And low gene, for that matter. I mean, low and high, high and low. We have in Europe, in Japan, they had a sense of hygiene. In Europe, they have a sense of high and low gene. Go to the John gene and clean it up. It's full of high gene John, or high John gene. I mean, it's full of genes from the high John, from the John high that you had yesterday when you were high on something and shat your shot. Well, then, ah. Oh yeah, I was really, when I turn on this camera, I know this is a long video, I don't give a fuck. I'll put it on YouTube, they can handle big stuff, and then I'll link to it on Facebook so you can see it, because I think I want to be seen a little bit, you know, that's it. I wanted to talk about the funny things you can find out here in life, and this is one of them. I don't know if that's how they do it, but I think that's how they do it. Oh, money, because they have unrealistic deep voices. If you train this less air, and then you take the air out of the voice and it goes, you hear that? It's about an octave below, below, and then you go, but that's not a good idea if you want to do that. You go, and of course, these people have been rehearsing this stuff so they can go down and down and down. It's the same as, singing in French. In French, if you wanted to sing in the language French, you want to sing in French, then you have to learn one thing, because that's what they do. Like the Brazilians, they do this, I can't do it, but I know what she called Gal Costa, she does it. It's a kind of making love with your vibrato and the audience, I suppose, mostly the male ones. It's like in Gal Costa's vibrato, she has, the world in that vibrato. When she uses that special, it's kind of, like you're making love to her, because it's going, vibrato goes up and down, up and down, and then you have this prostitute, Virgin Madonna, prostitute, Virgin Madonna, prostitute, Virgin Madonna, prostitute, Virgin Madonna, prostitute, prosper, prostitute. It's a very special phenomena that, only happens in Brazil. The same way in French, they have this thing. Fin. They have this thing. En France, we have this thing. I ate it, but it's there, and what can you do? They have this. I need some coffee for this one. And then perhaps 100 cigarettes and some sunlight would do. Anyway, I have taught myself a song from listening to it by Stacy Kent is her name. She's a Canadian, so she knows a little French. And I've found out if you give your R's some voice, they can actually roll. But I don't know if they can do it now. Right now. No, right. What the fuck is going on? And the road is closed. Rose, look sharp. No. Que reste-t-il de nos amours? Que reste-t-il de ces beaux jours? Une photo, vieille photo de ma jeunesse. Que reste-t-il des billets doux, des mois d'avril, des rendez-vous, un souvenir qui me poursuit sans cesse. Bonheur affané, cheveux au vent, baisers volés, rêves mouvants. Que reste-t-il de tout cela? Dites-le-moi. Un petit village, un vieux clocher, un paysage si bien caché, et dans un nuage, le cher. See there, I missed it because I'm getting dry. Le cher. Sorry. Le cher visage de mon passé. And then I also wanted to talk about why people cannot pronounce foreign languages. Again, because I've been thinking about this since in the sixth grade we had a new pupil in the class. He was a little bit. He was the first overweight guy I met. No, he was the first. Oh, he was the second overweight guy I met. By this I mean he was the first that was more than 20% over that what you would consider, what is he called? Apollo. Anyway, so this guy comes in the class, and I really cannot handle mobbing or anybody thinking that somebody's better than somebody else. I mean, as a this now is a playground. We don't need to put bumps on the playground. Yeah, I'm above you. I should decide what we play. Really, when it comes to defining a good person, when it comes to deciding what is the meaning of life and what we should play, we're all equal, right? Because we all have a world in which we decide anyway. It's like Muhammad said, yeah, he said, you cannot, there should be no force in religion, because he realized that, you cannot force me to believe. You can only force me to say I believe, but my belief is an internal dynamic, just like yours, which means I cannot just believe because you tell me to. Unless I believe in you, of course, and then you'd have to tell me something to make me believe in you, and then for a rational mind, you'd run out of words before that's happened. Anyway, Muhammad said that no force in religion. You cannot force people to. What was I saying with this? I was going down in the lower speed. It was not. I was talking like this. I was just slowing down the speed. Read speed. I don't eat drugs or take them, except alcohol and hashish. By the way, I don't recommend any of them, but I certainly recommend none other than the two I'm using myself. Oh, now I remember what I was talking about. Or maybe not. But anyway, the most important thing I can say to anyone is that we all have a different world. There's been a scientific study that checked out how much difference is there between two people that you pick random from wherever, but inside cultures, inside, like on Iceland, where there are 250,000 people with the same mother, not in New York, where there are 2.5 million people who don't know their mother. But anyway, so the survey found that the study found that there is more difference between any two people in the world, including twins from one egg. I don't have the phrase for that now. I mean, two twins are actually pushing each other into each their own extreme. There's a saying that, one is outgoing, and that makes the other say, okay, she's outgoing. I say she because my twin friends were female. I think female twins are more normal, actually. Anyway, so she's outgoing, so I'll be not. I don't have to be outgoing. It's like you have a duo, and you both play guitar, but one is not a good singer, the other is a little bit better on the guitar, on singing, and a little less good on little worse on guitar, and so they pull, into their. So long as they're working together, they help each other, but they also weaken or maybe strengthen. I don't know, but they don't get to rehearse what the other guy's doing. Unless they're Michael Jackson, who rehearsed what everybody's doing. I don't know. Or like Prince and many others. Stevie Wonder, Todd Rundgren, they all played LP. They recorded LPs all by themselves, all on their own. But you know, I wanted to, yes, now I remember. I wanted to talk about the fear of pronouncing foreign languages like you should. It is very important for the to if you want to come across and be understood. It's important that your language. It's important that your language is actually, you know, that they respect British people, so perhaps more than American people. So maybe I should continue this in a perhaps a more British facing, or maybe a way you know, kind of, you know what I mean. Know what I mean? I could go on in Australian too, but I would have to drink much more. More? Mama. Okay. Back to the foreign language. It's important to pronounce this is what they taught me in school, and my friends, of course, classmates and all. That if you learn, they taught me French when I was in 4th or 5th or whatever. 7th, I don't care. They taught me French at a point, and they told us about the French language. If you want to be understood, you have to pronounce the right way, vraiment, so that they understand. Lorsqu'elle comprendre, elle comprendre. There are women among everybody. Or do they say il? Like that. There's one of the Latin languages that does and one doesn't. Now this is half an hour, so I guess my tea would have been finished 7 times, were it not for the coffee. You have to learn to pronounce a foreign language. There are 3 ways: not at all, with charm, with so much accident nobody understands you, or correctly. Like the guy from, you know, he was passing by the door, he saw these 2 tarts. That's a tarts. A tarts is a prostitute or a cheap woman, a easy woman, whatever. And he comes in, and this is about, you know, the French occupation of Germany. No, the German occupation of France. And he comes in and he says, I was just pissing by the door and I saw these 2 tits. And he was passing by the door and saw these 2 tarts. That kind of stuff is really funny. So I've been talking about the freedom of pronouncing foreign languages right. And I've been talking about when you drink, you can actually do better at foreign languages. Perhaps because you are not so afraid of pronouncing them wrong, because the pronunciation is an integrated thing in understanding another language, like French. I've been playing guitar since I was 14, and it's beginning to be a language to me. Yes, it is in many ways a language. It's not like I play guitar like most people in Oxford speak English, but I think I play better guitar than most people in America speak English, actually. I do know that I speak a better English than most Americans, actually, like something like 51%. Because the American education system, never mind that. I mean, journalists don't know what they're saying. They are saying, it's about you and I. So, leg merke today. Are you taking notes? What do you say here? Note this. Notice that. Say, I am going. You are going. You are going. I am going. You are going. We are going. You and I are going. They are coming to me. They are coming to you. They are coming to you and me. They're not coming to you and I. And this is just a detail, you say, but no. It's about grammar. It's about logic. It's about understanding what the fucking hell is going on in a sentence. It's about not being like hammer, dammer, mo hammer, do hammer, fo hammer, pope hammer, dope hammer. No. you have to be present in the very now of everything. You know, this has been a long video. It's 34 minutes. So because I will finish off with I will finish off this piece of music. Go on, finish it off. I make a date for golf. You can bet your life it rains. If I throw a party, the guy upstairs complains. I guess I'll go through life just catching colds and missing trains. Everything happens to me. I never miss a thing. Had the measles and the mumps. If I play an ace, my partner always trumps. I guess I'm just a fool who never looks before he jumps. Everything happens to me. At first I thought that you might change this jinx for me, that love would turn the tide to end despair. End this pair. I mean this couple. But now I just can't fool this heart that thinks for me. I've mortgaged all my castles in the air. I've telegraphed and phoned. I sent an airmail special too. Your answer was goodbye, and there was even postage due. I fell in love just once, and then it had to be with you. Everything happens to me. I didn't say I was playing as a professional. I was just saying I've been playing since I've telegraphed and phoned. Telegraphed and phoned. I sent an airmail special too. Your answer was goodbye, and there was even postage due. I fell in love just once, and then it had to be with you. Everything happens to me. Ain't got the change of a nickel. Ain't got no bounce in my shoes. I ain't got no fancy to tickle. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Ain't got no coffee that's percolating. I ain't got no feelings to groove. Ain't got a dream that's working. The band is romping, the folks are stomping. I just can't seem to get off the cane. Believe me, Bridget, I can't get with it. Since my little baby left town, ain't got no rest in my slumber. I ain't got no winners to lose. Yeah, yeah. Lost all my telephone numbers. I ain't got nothing but the blues. And he goes, the band is swinging, the folks are singing. I just can't seem to get off the ground. Ain't nothing to it, I just can't do it. Since my little baby left town, ain't got no house in Westchester. Ain't got no winners to lose. I sold all my money in Chester. Ain't got nothing but the blues. Yeah, I guess that'll do. I mean, you just 33 minutes. And you know what a manate is? It's a thing that swims in the ocean.